Harvey, can I gush on you for just a second? Because
Sure.
I love this movie so much, and I've seen it twice already, and I just love it.
Well, awesome. Thanks for watching it twice. Well, there you go. It's a really good movie.
It's my favorite since Shrek 2. So I really loved it. So Perito's been called all sorts of things, and this might be the first official children's movie that says for brains. And don't worry, we'll bleep this out. Now, when you were recording your lines, were there any other names that you freestyled that didn't make the cut?
I think there was, and that doesn't come to my mind right now because we went on a riff, and the director was just like, "Yeah, keep going." And it was just some of them. Like looking back, I was like, I can't believe did we say that? It was just my imagination because you have to make the most vile and like disgusting and hurtful names for this poor dog. They would just make you feel for him so much, and so the more outrageous the insult was, the more you felt for him. So it was like a fine line. It's like, how much do we want to make this poor dog be abused? And even the way that he says it to himself, it's like, oh, I have plenty of names, such as beep beep, just like all these things that are so bad, but with a smile on his face, where it's just like they're nicknames, they're not real, it's like
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
weren't nicknames, they were calling you that.
Yeah, speaking of that, Perito's backstory is so dark, but his perspective makes it incredible. Like he literally wears the sock his family tries to drown him in. But I feel like there's something really beautiful about being completely immune to how everyone else around you can be. Now, what did you think about Perito's naivete, and how tough is it to project so much positivity into a character who really has such a tragic backstory?
Well, I think it's a good lesson, right? And a good moral to learn and to learn from Perrito, where you see the tragic backstory that he has and his upbringing, and yet he chooses to be optimistic. He chooses to look forward and be excited about life. And I think we could all take a page from his book and say, yeah, stuff happens sometimes, but you have a choice to dwell in the darkness and stay there because you become a martyr or a victim of your environment or what's happened to you, or you make a choice that was one time, that was one day, that was one week, that was an episode or a chapter in my life that happened. It doesn't define the rest of my future. And so I think with Perrito, it's kind of a good moral story for all of us to, learn from.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think it's such a great lesson to learn the power of perspective. Last question, because I'm with ComicBook.com. I have to ask something about Nightwing. I love Harley Quinn. I think it's so great. Have you guys started recording lines for the fourth season yet?
I think time's up, and I don't know.
Okay, I don't want to get
I'm
anybody in
excited
trouble. I
that
just
Nightwing's such a great character that I love playing, and that the whole idea with Harley Quinn and the story and the direction they've gone with the director and everyone. I'm excited for future storylines. I'll say that.
actually I have time for one more question, if you don't mind. But do you know what kind of dog Perito actually is?
I think Perito's a mixture of a lot of things. And so I like to, he's a mixture. So I call him like a little mutt because it's just nice he represents a lot of things into one, but also being not specifically one thing is kind of like boring, in a way where you want to be able to represent a lot of things. So when people see Perrito, they'd be like, I like him because he's different. And what is he? It doesn't matter. It's like what he oozes out that matters, right? It's not even what he is and what brand or what, if he's a high-end dog or if he is a mutt or what, it doesn't even matter. It's what he's presenting, what he's giving. That should be like the lesson for all of us,
Great lesson. Thank you so much, Harvey, for taking the time to talk with me. I
Thanks
really
so much.
appreciate it. Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
You
Bye.
too.